We have lots and lots of programs that have just came about in the last few years, and we have been able to increase those that we've been able to help substantially, and even those that maybe have had a hard time and might be behind on their mortgage in these economic times, we've been able to assist so many people in keeping their home, and that has been just a wonderful, wonderful part of our program during times like these.
I got injured December the 7th of '07, catching my grandson at the skating rink to keep him from falling, and I fell. And I tore my cartilage and all my tendons and ligaments, and they went in and orthoscopic it and told me I'd tore my ACL, but if you're over 40, they don't repair that unless you're an athlete. So I was off about 4 months. I had like 4.5 weeks of sick pay left. Went back to work, worked another 1.5 years. It just kept getting worse. In the meantime, my ACL had completely ruptured. I had to have another MRI. And finally the doctor told me that it's time to bite the bullet and go have the surgery. I slipped and fell again and tore my meniscus, and I found myself with my pay cut down to 40%, not able to make my bills, not able to make my house payment. I've had the same job for 23.5 years. I was off work for 8 months. It's the longest I've ever been off. And Crawford-Sebastian Housing Development helped me, and the stimulus money helped me, and I couldn't have made it, and I'm so grateful to God that you guys were there.
A lot of people, they're out there saying that the housing market has failed, and all these houses are in foreclosure, and somewhat kind of make you think that there is no hope out there. But honestly, there are a lot of families around here that this agency has helped save their home.
God, I don't know. Only God knows where I'd be, because with me having no income, I'd probably be sleeping in my car, or I don't know, I'd be in the streets, you know, and I've had the same job 23.5 years. This is the longest I've ever had to be off work. And I can't mow my own yard, you know, I can't. Any other time when I'd get in trouble financially or something, I'd just get a second job and work my way out of it. But I haven't been able to do that. But with y'all's help, y'all have saved my home.
The only thing really that they're required to do is just to bring the documents. And when they bring the documents, we help them with everything else. And if there is funding available, we can even try to help them with some funding to actually help them get current on their mortgage. So the overall goal is to find out what the client wants to do, if they want to keep the home or sell the home.
And it's hard for me to ask for help. I hate it. But sometimes you got to humble yourself and ask for that help. Then Deidre and them were able to use some of that stimulus money and stop foreclosure. I could actually sleep at night. I'd go, it would be nothing for me to go 4 nights a week without sleep, because just laying there in my mind wouldn't shut down, worrying about what am I going to do, where am I going to go with my daughters and my grandbabies, not to mention my dogs, you know. How am I going to feed my kids? How am I going to keep a roof over our head? Because y'all also paid my utility bill, my electric bill once. And it was a pretty good size one, because it was winter. It's just a helpless feeling when you've been able to take care of yourself, and then all of a sudden you're put in a position that you can't take care of yourself anymore. So I'm grateful there's agencies like y'all around. And I recommend anybody who's going through hardship and maybe looking at foreclosure to come to y'all. I could breathe. I felt like the weight of the world had been lifted off of my shoulders, you know. It's like I had peace again. So.